Hey guys, so do you guys remember your first love? I do. But we all know usually the story of first love equals first heartbreak. So let me tell you what actually happened with me. So I told you guys I'm a military guy, so I went to basic training, and I remember when I got my first phone call, I didn't even call my parents. The first person I called was her. And I was so excited. I said, I only have like a minute to talk, but I just said, I miss you. I can't wait to talk to you again. I said, as soon as I get my computer, I'll message you. She's like, oh yeah, of course, of course. She knew I was struggling too. Like she could tell that I was going through some hard times. So she actually was like, okay, but when you message me, I do have something to tell you. And at that time, I didn't know what those words were. When a girl says I have something important to tell you, I have to talk to you. I didn't know it was always usually a heart piercing statement. Usually, right? It's always negative or something. It's probably a breakup. But I didn't think that. So I remember when I first, got my computer. I was so excited to message her on Facebook, and I was so excited because at the time there was only Facebook, right? And I was just about to message her, and right when I go onto her Facebook, it says in a relationship with their ex. And I'm not gonna drop names, but let me just tell you something quickly about this ex. So this ex cheated on her. I was best friend zoned with the girl that I really liked, right? With my first love. And when they finally broke up, there's a situation where I actually asked her out for the first time in my life. And even that was very shaky. I was like, oh, hey, we should, let me take you out for ice cream because I know you're struggling. But this is the first time I actually asked her out one-on-one. And she looked at me and she's like, okay, but do you mind asking permission for my ex? And I'm like, what? Like, why would I ask permission for your ex? But I just wanted to make her happy, right? Because at the time, my happiness was worth it. Her happiness was more worth it. So I was like, okay. But she's like, I have to be on the call too, but secretly on a three-way call. Remember those times in the past you could do a three-way call? So, yeah, I call this guy. She's on the other line. She's not saying anything. And I remember I was like, bro, do you mind if I take your girl out? And there's a pause, and he goes, bro, I'm not dating her anymore. I broke up with her. Why don't you grow some balls and ask her out yourself? Well, let me tell you something. First, he hangs up on me. Then I hear silence with the girl I love, and she goes, I'm sorry, but I can't go out with you, Danny. She hangs up too. That was probably the lowest moment I ever felt as a man when it comes to dating women, because I felt so shameful, because it was not only like I got rejected, but it was like my worth just got destroyed. I got mad. I got my balls cut off. And she actually went back to that ex while I was in basic training, because she went to freshman year of college, and they started dating because they lived near each other and went to the same college. And I remember it hit me. I made a promise to myself that night. After I cried the most I ever for a girl or a person in general. I never cried that much for a person in my life, not even my family. But I made a promise to myself that I will become the best man and I will make her regret it. But even at the same time, I wanted to get her back. So people don't know I actually try to get her back. So all this fashion advice, Instagram advice, dating skill advice, all this stuff I tell you guys, be your best self, portray your best self. It was actually for one girl. It was actually to portray to her so she could see how awesome my life is. And let me tell you something. Am I still chasing that goal? Am I still trying to impress her? No. Because what happened was eventually I realized being the best version of self, putting myself out there on online dating, all these reference experiences, the intention is the most important part. I truly became an attractive man. I truly became the best version of myself, and it showed outside on social media, online dating, or even during my approaches whenever I approach a girl, when I finally understood that this journey is for myself. I know most of you guys, you start this journey of dating and confidence building because you went through a heartbreak. Usually most of my students all go through that. And I realized, yes, that's a good start. Use that as fuel and to get you sprung into this journey. But just know that in the end, you have to do this for yourself. You have to truly believe that the best version of yourself comes from you and not to impress or validate anyone else. And I just wanted to share this journey with you because I've been on this journey for 8 to 10 years now. I'm still on it. And I told you the biggest turning point of my life is when all this stuff, Instagram, yes, for the girls to get the results, but in the end, it has to be about you and you become the best version of yourself. And then I'll help you show that to the whole wide world. It's been a pleasure talking to you guys, and it's I really wish this video showed you what's the intention. If we do together, you do this by yourself, what it is all about to really put yourself out there and put the best version of yourself. It's been a pleasure talking to you guys. Kevin Dale Ken out.